And now, podcasting from the sun-scorched desert Southwest, weighing in at a combined total of 340 pounds, Brad Winchester, Tyler McDowell Blanken, are Gimmick Infringement.
Welcome, everybody, to the Gimmick Infringement Podcast. I am Brad Winchester, and with me is my tag team partner, Tyler McDowell Blanken. Tyler, how are you today?
Brad, I am doing well. I'm so excited for this episode in particular. It is our Royal Rumble preview. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on the card, and I just can't wait to hear how you're doing, man. How's the week? How are we feeling?
Feeling great. Great week so far.
Nice.
Yeah, solid. Everything's solid. Nothing to report since this weekend, especially after the great Winnie the Pooch fiasco and Mac crisis of 2022. Speaking of crisis, Tyler, how's the battery?
Brad, we are going to start this episode hot. Play my music.
It's time for Hot Take Time. Spicy.
So, Brad, we have to start this episode in a very impromptu way. I told you I was going to call an audible to start. Hot Take Ty. Let's get into it. On last episode of Gimmick Infringement, you may recall you and I had this discussion about the worst places on Earth that you can get trapped in. Do you remember the three places we spoke about, Brad?
I believe I do. Would you like me to list them?
I would love for you to list them.
The Genius Bar. The DMV. Tyler, I can't remember the third.
The third was a car dealership, or all car dealerships. So I have an update for you, Brad, and for all of our listeners out there in the US and across the pond. So on Sunday, I told you all that my car battery died for the second time in 2 weeks. Called AAA, they gave me a jump. It's the same thing I did 2 weeks ago, right? They gave me a jump, and then I brought the car in that next day. And this time it actually wasn't the next day. It wasn't Monday. The soonest I could get in was Tuesday. So my first issue, and let me just rewind here. My hot take, Brad, is that I gave you a wrong answer on the last episode. I gave our listeners a wrong answer. The DMV is not the worst place. It's car dealerships. And it always has been. Hear me out. At least at the DMV, although it's not fun by any means, you go there, you have a purpose, and you usually walk out achieving what you arrived there for, right? Whether it's your license renewal, your emissions test, whatever it is, right? You know, guaranteed, you get there at a decent time, it's going to be done. With car dealerships, there's this very twisted, arrogant air of mystery because they know that you know nothing about cars. So it's a power struggle, bro. It's a total power struggle that they take advantage of. So here's my full update. So I secure a Tuesday appointment. I'm already pissed off because the soonest appointment I could get was Thursday. Have you ever gone online, Brad, to try to schedule a service at your local dealership? And it's Sunday, you have a major issue with your car, and you're hoping to get in on Monday.
Yeah.
Right? It just makes sense. It's an emergency. Mm-hmm. But Thursday is the soonest time. What is that? Even the Genius Bar can get you in sooner. And the Genius Bar is packed every time I walk by there at the mall. I don't go in there, of course, but it's always packed. Anyway, we call, and they are able to squeeze us in 2 days early. So instead of a Thursday appointment, which I had secured, they got us in Tuesday. But Monday, no functional car for me. So Tuesday, though, we call AAA again, first thing in the morning, right? It's still dark and cold out. Give us a jump and then drive the car to the dealership, right? So hours pass. They already know what the issue is again because we scheduled the appointment on the phone. Hours pass, and at some point later on Tuesday, they give me a call. And do you know what these people tell me, Brad?
What's that?
They say, your battery looks good. We did the tests. Your car battery isn't dead. It appears like it's running fine. This was the same exact script from 2 weeks ago. We had the same service person. Krista is her name. I give the name because we're gonna give her a shout out at the end. But speak with Krista. It's the same words, man. Same conversation. Deja vu Jones. So, long story longer. They say, okay, well, several calls were exchanged and voicemails throughout Tuesday, right? Mm-hmm. And then by the end of the day, here's the agreement we come to. We agree that they're going to keep the car one more day. They'll run some more tests, and we'll see what happens. Brad, this is after they've asked me, are you sure you're not leaving the car on, or you're not leaving the lights on, or you're not doing something to drain your battery?
Good Lord.
Right. As if I'm some kind of bozo who would leave the lights on. And this car it's a 2020 Chevy Sonic, by the way. 13,000 miles. It's pretty new. So, we're recording this on a Wednesday. So 24 hours later, I'm just waiting on pins and needles all day, man. I'm just thinking about this promo I'm going to cut. If they call and say, hey, dude, we're not going to replace your battery. It looks fine. That was the issue. I told them, I don't want to leave your dealership without a new battery. Can you give me a trade-in credit? Can we do something? So they call me at 4 o'clock today, Brad. An exact 24 hours later. Krista calls me. And she has good news. She says they've discovered the issue. It was an acid leak in my battery. They have now, she tells me, they have now replaced the battery. And it's available to be picked up. I say that's wonderful news, Krista. Thank you so much. Can I pick it up tomorrow? Like first thing tomorrow. I'd like to avoid traffic on Bell Road. Those of us who are from Glendale or Phoenix, if you're listening, Bell Road gets super congested. And she says, yeah, that would be fine. Cool. Thank you for your help, Krista. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy Dynamite. And then we're done with the conversation.
Yeah.
But here's my question, Brad. Were they saving face this whole time? Because 2 weeks ago, again, they said the battery was good. 2 weeks later, they've discovered there was an acid leak, whatever that means. And now they've replaced it, and I believe it's going to be covered, right? It's under warranty. But how did all this change in 2 weeks? How is it a good battery? You all are the experts. The dude from AAA, both times said, dude, it's obvious your battery's dead. That's the issue. You're gonna need a new one.
Yeah.
Car dealerships are the worst, bro. It's this air of mystery. And then when you drive there to go to service, you have to pass by the salespeople waiting outside the front like vultures. It's ridiculous, man. I lied to our listeners accidentally. Car dealerships are the absolute worst. I want to thank Krista. I want to thank Regina. I think they're now taking care of me. But my guy, it was a journey to get here. I believe I texted you. I said pacing.
Yes, you did.
I was just pacing around.
I read it.
Waiting for the phone call. At the DMV, you don't have to wait for a phone call. You just wait.
You just get your number.
You just get your number and you wait. There's no air of, okay, are they going to call me at 9 a.m.? Are they going to call at 4 p.m.? Are they going to call period? Hopefully I will pick up my car tomorrow. And I thank the fine folks at Arrowhead Auto Nation Chevrolet for their service.
Thank you for that. That was amazing. Yeah, I got your text in the middle of, I think it was like in the middle of class, or I was at lunch. Whenever I texted you back, when I actually got it, and I had students in the room, and I was like, "Yeah, McDowell's fuming right now," and I had a couple of kids.
Shout out to the Miranda Tigers.
Heck yeah, a couple of them knew who you were. I don't think any of them had you as a teacher, but they knew who you were, and I was talking about it, and I was like, all I got was the word pacing. So you know what's happening. And I just like, I see you tearing holes in carpet with your feet, dragging through the house. Just absolute rocket sauce coming out of you.
I wish I could tell you it was a work, but when I text you pacing, all lowercase for style purposes, yes. It's kind of a shoot, man. Car dealerships, they're the worst. But what is not the worst, Brad? What I think is both for you and I, our favorite... I was going to say pay-per-view. Are we using premium live event?
Premium live event.
I think you and I are in agreement that this is our favorite pay-per-view premium live event WWE show every single year.
Yep.
The Royal Rumble.
Love
this year it's from St. Louis. I think we have 6 matches exactly on the card, Brad. It's been quite a tumultuous year for us as WWE fans. First, I want to know, how are you feeling as we go into this event on Saturday?
You know, I'm so hot and cold on the WWE product. NXT 2.0 can I deleted it from my DVR, like I said. I'm pumped. I can't wait for this. I don't know if I've been this excited for a Rumble. I shouldn't say that. I don't think I've been this excited for a WWE event in a very long time. I was pumped last year for WrestleMania because it was the first Mania, the first real Mania back with fans. I mean, we were getting box-like structures, just insane. And now we have the Royal Rumble.
I'm still scarred.
I'm so sad still. And now we have the Royal Rumble, and I don't know that there's anything they could do to make me not be pumped about the Royal Rumble. I really don't.
Yeah,
they're trying. They're putting Johnny Knoxville in it, but like other than that, I mean,
we will get there.
Yeah. Oof.
And the Rumble is an event that is so reliant on that fan reaction. I'm even having a hard time remembering what the piped-in crowd noise felt like at last year's Rumble. This event, more than any, needs fans.
Yeah. We got Christian's return to nothing.
Yeah.
Last year, that was. I think I've forgotten that it was only a year ago. It feels longer because he's had that run in AEW. Lifetime. So, like where he's a totally different character, and I'm excited. Heel Kevin Owens is the best Kevin Owens.
Yes, I love a babyface Kevin Owens, but heel as well. Well, before we go ahead and jump into the card, as a reminder, you can follow Gimmick Infringement on Twitter at GIPod19. Brad, we also have a website. Is that true?
Yes, we do. If you'd like to check out the website, it is gimmickinfringementpod.com. All of our shows are up there. They're automatically uploaded. There will soon be a video page for us. Hopefully you're watching this to find it out. We will see. There is a writing section where Tyler and I will be publishing our musings on the wrestling business or our thoughts and feelings about just whatever. And hopefully we get some of the 19 media family in there as well. And first piece is up. It was my thoughts about life after the Attitude Era. Hopefully you go in there, give it a read, and give us a like, subscribe. Then go over to the socials and do the same. Retweets help, and reposting things help. If you like the pod, tell people that you like the pod. Let them know what to listen to. As you know, if you've been listening, we're not just pro wrestling. We are kind of all things. It's just whatever interests us. The first 10 minutes of this podcast were about a car dealership. I mean,
we've talked about shopping carts before.
Oh, yes.
What else, man? We've felt
raising children,
Blockbuster.
Yes.
Children, everything.
Yes.
Gratitude.
Little something for everybody.
Yep. Speaking of websites, you can follow 19 Media at 19mediagroup.com. If you've been listening to the pod, you know that we are part of a greater collective full of really, really dope content creators, sports, culture, entertainment, lifestyle, everything under the sun. You can also follow the good folks at 19 on Twitter at 19M Group. You can follow my partner in crime, Brad, at Winduster. You can follow your boy at Tyler J. McDowell. And I think those are all of our plugs, Brad. Yeah. Are we ready for this card?
Let's go. Let's do it.
Awesome. So first one we want to cover, I have no idea what's going to open the show, But let's begin with the Universal Championship match. Seth freaking Rollins, I know you have thoughts on his name, which we'll get to, versus our champion, the head of the table, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. Brad, it seems like there's been a lot of talk, and maybe when I say talk, I'm specifically thinking of what I see on my timeline on Twitter. There's been a lot of talk that maybe this is truly where Roman drops the belt. Do you believe that?
No way. Listen,
really?
man. No.
Hot take. Okay.
I don't think
I
it's
thought
a
you were
hot
going to
take
say
at
yes.
all. No, I think Roman's going to.
Really?
Seth's going to take him to the limit. Roman's going to win. I don't think there's any shot that Seth is going to win this thing. I just don't. They've built it beautifully.
They have.
Do you see Seth as a Universal Champion right now over Roman to carry the belt?
I'm choosing Seth to win this match.
Good Lord. Yeah, don't do it, man. I care. I care about you.
It's not. I'm not. This is tough, right? Because I love both of these dudes, and I'm such a believer that whoever Roman drops the belt to, like, they need to be made by winning this match, and Seth is already made for so many reasons. So I'm not saying this is how I would fantasy book it. I would have Roman lose to Ricochet in the WrestleMania main event because I think that would be a banger. Yeah. And we need that match at some point. So I'm kind of picking against my own self-interest here. As we know, Ricochet is my favorite. But yeah, man, I'm going to go with Seth. I'm not saying this with much confidence, but I'm going to pick him.
Wow. I mean,
yeah.
This is how I think about it, though. Who else they got? They might be going for some kind of record. Maybe they take out like Walter's record, or maybe they take out Flair's record. I don't really know.
That's true.
So I can see them keeping Roman with the strap for a long, long, long time because there's just nobody on his level right now. Seth is up there, but I feel like he's a tier below. There's sort of like The Rock and Stone Cold, and then there's Triple H, and Triple H, after they both left, was at a different level. But Triple H was never at The Rock or Stone Cold's level. He compete with them, but he was just below that. And I feel like Roman is just above everybody right now. I don't even know if the company has anybody right now that can match what Roman has, even though, storylines are storylines. So they could probably have him lose the belt in some cheap way, turn him babyface, and then Roman shows up and wins the belt back as a babyface. I don't know.
I have a lot of thoughts on what you said. Great points. First, with the record, I could absolutely see a world where Roman just shatters any record. NXT UK, NXT WWE, beats Walters. I mean, this is the Roman they've always wanted.
Yes.
And I think you and I are big fans of Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
So I don't know that we have an issue with that. I have a few thoughts here. I'll try to be succinct. So first, to me, it would appear that Braun Breaker really is that dude would be the heir apparent to Roman. But
Agreed.
I don't know. Are you really going to wait till, let's say, SummerSlam for that to happen? I don't think Braun Breaker gets called up before then. But my other thought is, I think my Seth prediction will make more sense by the end of our episode, because this plays into some of my long-term booking, if you will, or my booking on the road to WrestleMania. I think Roman leaves WrestleMania as a world champion, but not as Universal Champion. So more on that later, but I totally agree with you, Brad. Roman is absolutely at a different level, and the only other guy who's neck and neck with him is Brock Lesnar. I really think that's the reoccurring indictment of WWE, is that where are the new stars?
Yeah.
The common thought question is, in 20 years, who are they going to bring back as quote unquote part-timers? Right? Do you have your Rock, your Stone Cold, your Undertaker? Not exact replicas, but in terms of star power,
sure.
I would agree that it's hard to see who that person is. But like I said, I think my prediction maybe will make more sense. Maybe I'll persuade you and convince you by the end of this episode. We'll see.
Man, yeah, those are good points. I didn't consider that Roman might not have that strap, that he might have a strap.
I think so. But before we leave this one, though, you have thoughts you want to share on.
Oh my gosh.
Seth,
okay.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins is now his name. It's not him just coming out saying, I am Seth freaking Rollins, which rules, right? It's great. Now awesome. It sucks. Now it's stupid. You cannot take this man's his shtick and make it actually part of his title. That's dumb. Like, that's like naming Stone Cold Steve Austin, Stone Cold, oh hell yes, Austin. Like, what? What are you doing? And then you have Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table. Why isn't that part of his name? Why does he come out, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns, is part of his name? Head of the table, Roman Reigns, is part of his name. Why? Because it's dumb. Because, Tyler, that's stupid. So now we have Seth freaking Rollins, his name in the title, in the placard. Freaking. His name is now freaking. It's stupid.
Yeah. It's so it kind of reminds me of the coexisting. Like I forget the exact verbiage they were using. Feel free to interject. They started posting that on Twitter. I think particularly with NXT, and then it went to Mondays and Fridays with Raw and SmackDown, where we're coexisting, or can they coexist? Like WWE started tweeting that. Even some of the wrestlers started using that language in their promos. And the first one or two times it was cool, and okay, we're kind of breaking the third wall. Like, they know that we know that it sucks that they do that so repetitively. But then it just became played out and not as fun. Seth freaking Rollins, not fun. Like you said, just let him call himself that, but not in.
If it's not organic,
writing, if you will.
Yeah, if it's not organic, we don't want it. Get it out of here. We don't want it. It's just don't force it on us. Like let it breathe.
So
let it be its thing. Yeah.
Let it breathe. So we disagree on this match. Wow, I was not expecting that. I'm sure we'll touch on it a little bit later. I'm sure you have some booking, Brad, and I know I want to share my long-term booking plans with you. But next match, mixed tag, the, dare I say, it couple versus the grit couple. If I may boast for a brief moment, I believe I predicted this, Brad. I had it as a WrestleMania mixed tag, but we're getting it several months early. We have Edge and Beth Phoenix versus The Miz and Maryse. Edge and Beth are totally winning this, yeah?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's the feel-good story. It's really Beth, her return match. There's just no way she's not. That they're definitely going to win this match.
I agree. Let me ask you a follow-up that I didn't prepare you for. So let's say Edge and Beth win, and then presumably this feud is over.
Yeah.
I want to know, who would you like to see Beth feud with, as well as Edge feud with? Do they stay as a couple and maybe find another couple out there? Or do you want them to do have separate programs? And if so, with who?
Well, I mean, I'd want them to have separate programs because Edge already had a long program with Seth. If he didn't already do that, I would say Seth and Becky. I think that would be a lot of fun if they're going to do another intergender tag match thing. But I don't know. I don't know who Edge feuds with next. He's feuded with a lot of the big players already. He already had matches with Randy. He already had matches with Roman. He already had matches with Seth. I don't know. Maybe KO. Maybe this thing ends with Seth, and he feuds with KO. Maybe he feuds with, I don't know, Johnny Knoxville. Maybe he feuds with
Nightmare Fuel.
Oh, it's just terrible. I would like to see Edge feud with Big E. I know they're both faces, but I think it would be a lot of fun, and it would help if E can take out Edge, beat him in some matches. I think it would help him a little bit, reestablish him in that title picture. But I would also like to see Edge and Priest. I would like to see Edge and one of the people that I think would be really great is Sheamus. I think Edge and Sheamus would be great. I would love to see that. I think what we're going to get is Edge and Happy Corbin, or Edge and some other dumb stuff like Madcap Moss, or who cares? Like, Edge hopefully has an idea there that he wants to do. Maybe Edge starts jumping into the tag picture. I don't know who he tags with.
That would be intriguing. Yeah.
That would be fun. With Beth, with Betty Phoenix. I would love to see Betty do some programs with some people. Charlotte would be a good one for her. I would love to see her with Charlotte. Charlotte with anybody, but I would love to see her with Charlotte. I'm looking at my list here. I think she might end up having something with like Charlotte, Natalya, some of the people that have been around. Eventually, I would love it with Rhea. I would love those two to tag together in some matches before having a feud. Imagine that, just beef on beef. I would love to watch her fight or at least work with Bianca. I think that would be great. I'm just thinking about how...
These are all dream matches. Yeah.
Yeah, well, unbelievably strong Beth Phoenix against other unbelievably strong women in the division. Not to say that not everybody is in there is strong, but like, I don't know that I really need her to wrestle somebody that's a lot smaller. I don't know that Beth and Liv Morgan would do it for me, but Beth and Rhea, good Lord. I think that would be great.
You talk about a passing of the torch, especially with a talent like Rhea, who I think most would argue had a pretty underwhelming Raw Women's title run. If she were to come out victorious with a Beth program, I think that would do wonders to not legitimize her, but maybe sort of make up for what was lacking in her title reign.
But you know the one that we want. You know the one we need to get. You know the one that's been building for years, right? You know the one.
Give it to me.
Bayley. It's got to be Beth and Bayley. Bayley's been begging.
I have
for
some
this
mentions
match.
for Bayley later.
All right,
yes.
Bayley has been begging for this match for years on Twitter, and it's finally possible. And one of her tweets was like, "Great, you finally come back, and I'm injured, and I can't wrestle you." But there was a picture of Bayley walking around somewhere with getting ice cream or something, and she wasn't wearing a brace. So I'm hopeful that it wasn't an old picture. I'm really hopeful that that's one of the other 8 that aren't on there, or the other, I guess, 9 that aren't on there.
Right. Yes. I'm going to add one more thought here, and then I think we should just jump into the Women's Royal Rumble match. Actually, I agree with your...
Let's power through the other 2 matches because it's not going to take long.
Let's do it.
Go ahead and give me your take.
No, I agree with you about Beth Phoenix regarding those dream matchups. I mean, give me all of those. I would love to see them. For Edge, though, as I was listening to you, man, I was thinking of Pete Dunne. If we can hopefully see him called up,
or not.
I remember them during NXT maybe a year or so ago when Edge was returning.
When he
right?
when
like,
it was after
Edge
he won Money
won
in
the Rumble.
Yeah, he won. No, was it Money in the Bank or the Rumble? It was the Rumble, right?
I think it was the Rumble.
Yeah,
it was the Rumble.
And he's like, I can
year.
wrestle any champion, and he showed up to NXT. Yeah, that ruled.
When it was Dunne versus Balor. Yeah. And I mean, you could even say, Finn Balor versus Edge, and Finn Balor just seems like an afterthought lately, which is not okay whatsoever.
No.
But Pete Dunne versus Edge, Finn Balor versus Edge, like you said, Big E versus Edge, that's all of those sound like they rule. But let's power through, man. Like you said, we got 2 more matches until the main 2 we're looking forward to most. Next, I did not even realize this was on the card until we prepared.
That's why I said power through.
This recorded. Yeah, I respect that. I respect that call, Brad. We have Becky Lynch defending her Raw Women's Championship against Doudrop.
Defend she will.
Defend she will. Moving on. We love Becky and we love Piper Niven.
Doudrop's not it.
Why are we calling her Doudrop? Exactly.
Piper Niven, come on now.
But a more unpredictable match, perhaps. Brock Lesnar is defending his WWE Championship against Bobby Lashley. Brock will presumably have Paul ringside, and Bobby Lashley will have MVP ringside. Do we see a title change here, Brad?
Yes, we do, which is why I predicted that Roman would retain.
Wow.
I don't know what Brock's contract status is, and if he's still part-time and he's only doing so many pay-per-views, you can imagine maybe he'll be back for WrestleMania, but he's already done a few. He's at the Rumble. I don't know that we get him. I don't know what we get him again after this. But again, I don't know what his contract status is. So maybe he'll be not wrestling, but doing shows all the way through WrestleMania season and then take time off again. But I think that we get Bobby reclaiming that belt. Bobby is still a full-time worker. Brock doesn't need it to be made. I think this would make Bobby, even though Bobby doesn't necessarily need to be made. He had a great title run, but they just seem to just not care about that WWE title. They booked both of them pretty poorly. They booked Bobby really, really strong, but I can't remember any good feud during that run. I just can't. I can't think of anything. So I'd love to see Bobby reclaim the belt. I've wanted him to have that belt back so badly ever since he lost it anyway. Outside of E was the right person to have it. Now that E dropped it, I'm like, give Bobby the belt. Just one of those two guys. Like, who else you got over there right now that's not injured?
Yeah. I liked a lot of what Bobby did. I think of that feud he had with Drew McIntyre.
That was good. Okay, that was good, yeah.
Some of the bangers. Yeah, I think they opened WrestleMania night 1 last year, I want to say.
Yeah.
Because Drew had the first entrance with fans back as kind of a nod to the work he did during the beginning of the pandemic era. Man, we disagree on these title matches. I have Brock retaining. Again, not to say I necessarily want that, although we really appreciate Brock's pro wrestling career.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
And Bobby, I love how Bobby's really been established over the last year as a face of the company.
Incredible.
Yeah, because he was not. In recent memory, he was not booked that way. He was just like a mid-card dude who could be slotted into the main event. But he's a main man.
Barry Talana.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
And, Miro's booking, Rusev's booking. Just
Terrible.
Not a good time for anybody.
No.
Terrible. I think Brock retains, though. I haven't fully booked if it's clean or, something... some chicanery happens, and Brock's playing a babyface right now. So I'm going to say Brock goes over clean. Bobby loses in a valiant effort. But, man, I think this match is going to be really awesome. I really think it's going to deliver. To me, it really... I know we probably overuse this term nowadays, but it really feels like a dream match. These guys, their careers have just so closely paralleled each other.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad we're getting it when we are. Although... Big E's booking to make this happen it's like, oh man, I think I would have rather just had Big E retain and then Big E gets a match here, perhaps versus Brock.
Yeah.
But I must admit that I am super stoked for this match.
I'm not going to be mad if Brock retains. I think either way, I can see if there's going to be any tomfoolery happening here with the Usos both being banned from ringside for Roman's match. Doesn't say they're banned from ringside for Brock's match. They never really ended that feud. They just punted because somebody got COVID. Like, it's just dumb. Like, Roman got sick, so Brock ended up going into another match and he got the belt, which is, that makes me think that Roman was supposed to lose the belt to Brock. So all I can think is that the Usos or Roman gets involved, costs Brock the title, then Brock restarts his feud with Roman, ultimately dropping the belt to Brock, as originally planned, I would assume.
I think that's very feasible. You haven't persuaded me enough to change my pick, but you definitely made me consider something I hadn't, Brad. I have to ask you though, even though we disagree about who's going to win. Do we agree about Brock's new shirt on WWE Shop? Have you seen that short sleeve flannel? It's blue, and it has his logo on the back. This appeared on the timeline the other day, man. I didn't click the link. I don't know how much it costs, but I think it's pretty horrendous.
I have to look.
Please Google this as I fill in the air here. Yeah, man, it's dare I say, it's been the worst part of Brock's return. I don't get super excited for these Brock returns. But you are seeing what I'm talking about.
That is hideous.
It's so bad. I heard positive thoughts on the timeline.
It's one of the ugliest things I have ever seen in my entire life.
Can I guess how much it is?
Yeah, go for it.
$29.99.
No. Not even close.
It's more.
Much more.
Get out of here. $50.
$50. It's $49.99. Ladies and gentlemen, while we're talking here, I am going on to the Twitter machine and I'm going to tweet this link out. And it's just going to say gross. And a link to the shirt.
Everyone.
At Wind Duster.
At GIPod19. At Tyler Jimmy Dell.
If you would like to see this thing, it's just, man, and I love Brock, but that is a gross shirt.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah. Some people were positive about it, but no, it's a no for me.
Man, makes Stevie Wonder flinch.
Brad, are we ready for the Women's Royal Rumble match?
Yes, of course. Let's do this.
All right. So Brad and I spoke before our recording, and since this is the inaugural Royal Rumble preview for Gimmick Infringement, we thought, or we considered and sort of dialogued about how should we go about predicting these matches. So here's what we're going to do. We have 3 categories for both the women's and men's Royal Rumble match. We're going to discuss potential surprises, surprise entrants that may happen. We are going to give you our final 4 predictions, who will be the last 4 wrestlers or superstars in the ring. And then, of course, we will give you our prediction for who is going to win each of these matches, respectively. Brad, would you like to give us the list of confirmed entrants for the Women's Royal Rumble match?
Yes, I got you. So it's an exciting list. I'm actually most excited about this match on the card. The Women's Royal Rumble, I'm pumped for it because there's a lot of potential for returns, and we have confirmed returns for a lot of Hall of Famers. So really excited, including a wrestler who no longer works at the company and is champion at a competing company. Carmella, Dana Brooke, Nikki A.S.H, Queen Zelina. I don't know if they can keep that Nikki A.S.H stuff after doing a heel turn.
Give us Nikki Cross, yeah.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley, Tamina, nobody Mina, Aaliyah, Charlotte Flair, Naomi, Natalya, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi Blackheart, who did apologize for her meatloaf recipe or her meatloaf take the day that she made meatloaf and happened to be the day that meatloaf died. Brie Bella, Nikki Bella, Lita, Kelly, Michelle McCool, Mickie James, Summer Rae, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan. Those are all confirmed entrances. Folks, that's 21 people. This is a 30-person Royal Rumble match. Tyler, who fills in the blanks?
Yeah, I was looking at my phone here to the side because I wanted to make sure I had our post up. We posted a poll on the Gimmick Infringement Twitter, and we wanted to get your predictions. So before I share the Twitter results, man, surprises, Brad. I've been thinking about this, and here are some names I'm predicting. I think we will see these 4 women for sure. I think Paige returns. I think we see Io Shirai. I don't recall if Io was in last year's. I want to say she was. I don't think this will be her first Royal Rumble match, but please correct me if you know I'm wrong. I think we got to see Io, man. Like,
I love Io. I'm a huge Io mark. Yeah,
and one would believe that her time in NXT 2.0 may be coming to an end sooner than later, just because we need more women on Mondays and Fridays, and again, she's amazing. I believe we see the return of Bayley, and I also think we get Ronda Rousey. It seems like there's been some speculation. I know, again, as always, shout out to Fightful. You and I subscribe to Fightful Select, and we certainly received the email that there have been rumblings in the company, or it's been like a worst-kept secret that they really want Ronda back, and the timeline may work for her to, in fact, be in St. Louis on Saturday for this match. So I'm going to go with those 4. What are your thoughts on those 4, Brad? And which names am I forgetting?
Well, there's the
NXT call-ups, other surprises?
There's the Kairi Sane potential.
Yes.
That to return. Paige, Io, Bayley, Ronda, Kairi. I have all those written down. I have a feeling, and I don't know what the injury status is of whatever that call up. I can't remember her name. She got called up and had vignettes going for her from NXT to the main roster as like some sort of protector.
Xia
Li. Probably going to get that, right?
She's definitely going to be here, right?
So,
as long as she's healthy.
Yeah, so Xia Li will likely be on here. I'm going to add her to the list.
Oh, yeah.
Man, it's tough because I keep thinking outside, but we know that that's not right. The one that will happen for sure is Asuka. That's who we're forgetting. Yes. We're definitely getting an Asuka return, hopefully to an enormous pop from the crowd because she deserves it.
I hope so. Yeah,
Asuka
tomorrow.
Man, Asuka had that great run as champ and then lost it, and then we had people back. and they booked her like garbage, and then she got hurt. So
underrated entrance theme as well.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, underrated
I love
entrance. The mask.
Yes.
That music's great. That song is a banger. It's great. Yeah.
And I think, Brad, I love your prediction here because how dope would it be to get Asuka and Kairi?
Yes. Exactly what I was thinking.
Like that moment where they're together.
Yes.
Come on. Money.
Asuka and a pirate once again. Be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else it could possibly be. I don't really know. My guess is that we're going to get people that are in matches tonight. We might get Beth. We might get Doudrop. We might get. I don't know. I don't really know who else we're going to get there.
What about anyone who's been released? Could you see, say, Nia Jax making an appearance here?
Great question. I hadn't even considered that. No, I can't see it. I think she said too many things publicly. Not a lot, not enough. Thank you so much for the opportunities. More bleep you. You released me because of my mental health. I'm trying to think of who else was released. Like, I don't see Chelsea Green making an appearance. Probably not the Iconics.
Ember Moon.
Definitely not Ember Moon. She's already she's booked as Athena again. So she has an event coming up, and she advertised it recently. So hopefully she gets signed by AEW or Impact. I don't know who you got. Who are the last people? I can't. I'm blanking.
I certainly don't think we're getting Ruby Soho or Ty Conti or
Dr. Britt Baker DMD.
I know a lot of us were fantasy booking that AEW versus WWE crossover, but I'm a bit skeptical. Yeah, these last two spots are really difficult, Brad. I'm struggling with it. I'm gonna say NXT. Maybe we get a Tiffany Stratton or
Mandy. I can see Mandy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Mandy, Raquel Gonzalez,
that would be
Cora
great.
Jade.
Yeah.
I mean, pick any of those two. I think that's what we get here.
Dakota, maybe.
Dakota, yes,
that would be good.
Add Dakota to the list. I'm gonna say it's Dakota.
What if we get a swerve here and we maybe not? What if we get Sheeta? I know Sheeta just left, or actually the one that makes the most sense, not Sheeta. Sheeta won't show up. I just really want it to happen. One that is plausible is Serena Deeb. So if we get anybody from AEW to go work there, it would be somebody that's worked for WWE. And Serena Deeb feels like a natural fit to go in there, considering what they're doing with Mickie James. But it sounds like it's all been but confirmed that there will be no AEW talent that's there. That felt very, very firm. But I also feel like that's something they would do to make sure that people are surprised. So who knows?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That being said, who is your final four?
Ooh, that's tough. It's tough. If Ronda comes back, Ronda. If Bayley comes back, Bayley. After that, I think they're going to go believable on that. And I think we get another Rhea and Bianca in the ring. One person that's not on there, and I'm ashamed of us both. Dude, Sasha's not on the list.
I think Sasha's going to be out with that injury.
How bad is that foot injury? It sounded like it wasn't too bad.
I think it's 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think it's pretty bad.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not. I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed. No.
Okay. No Rumble.
No boss.
Got it.
No boss. Unfortunately,
that's terrible.
Wishing her a speedy recovery.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so I'm gonna go Bayley, Ronda, Rhea, Bianca.
I like it. We have a lot of names in common here. My final four, excuse me, Bianca, Ronda, Asuka, and Bayley. Ooh. I really wanted to put Rhea here. I don't have it here. I think maybe we're
it's a great point. It's a great point. She just
Nikki and Rhea, maybe double elimination. I don't watch Raw as closely as I should.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's going to continue more so than Rhea being a contender here. Honorable mention, though, who I could see maybe sliding into these four would be Raquel Gonzalez. It seems like after this Royal Rumble match, I would think she is headed to Monday or Friday nights, and what better way to make her than being in the Final Four, especially if you don't have a Nia Jax. Raquel seems like she would be that quote-unquote monster in the ring that would be pretty unstoppable. So I could see her being maybe 5th, but I feel pretty good about those 4, man. I think you got to have Bianca there. Like you said, Ronda for sure. Feel good about Asuka, and then I'll have Bayley as my 4th.
That's awesome. Yeah. Doudrop could make an appearance in there and she could be that Nia fit and just start tossing people because she's bigger than everybody. But it feels a lot like that's what they're trying to do with her. After what I saw the other night, I watched a little bit and was like, all right, they're just turning her into a monster, and that's fine. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And before we share our predictions for a winner, I find it interesting that neither of us have mentioned Charlotte here. So she's going to be in this match, but I don't think we either of us see her.
That was on purpose. No way.
Yeah.
No, I think she gets dumped.
I have a Charlotte program for this event.
I feel like she's gonna get dumped by a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Like there are gonna be Hall of Famers in there made to get their moment, and they're gonna have their Hall of Famer moments, and they're gonna knock people out that are like, oh my gosh, I'm surprised. I really want Naomi to get in there. I really want her to get in.
Yes.
I'm really.
You read my mind. I was gonna say. We love our Hall of Famers, but forget them for a moment. Let's go Naomi eliminate Charlotte, and then a Naomi Charlotte program, right?
That would be great too.
After she beats Sonya.
But we also could very well get Sonya in this match.
I think that's very likely.
Didn't even think about it.
Great
now.
Call.
Yeah.
Great
and
call.
then we're gonna get those two teeing off on each other. We know we're gonna get that moment.
Yes.
That'll. I feel like that might be one of those cases where Sonya's eliminated and Naomi just eliminates herself to go tee off on Sonya some more.
I think you're spot on.
I know that happened.
Very likely.
I don't know if it was the 2002 Rumble where that happened, or somebody was so pissed off they just hopped the rope and just tore off after somebody. It might have been before that. It might have been Ahmed Johnson. I think it was going after Farouk.
Yeah. Yes. You mentioned 02. I'm just thinking of The Undertaker and Maven. Maven, that winner from the first Tough Enough, and he threw out Taker.
He threw out Taker,
and then Taker just beat the piss out of it. Yes.
He bent the chair on his head.
So good.
Yeah.
Yes. I think that was American Badass Take right there.
Yes, it was. Too. Yeah.
So,
the last
Brad,
ride.
We posted The Last Ride. Great powerbomb. We posted a poll on the Gimmick Infringement Twitter, and we asked simply, who was your pick for our listeners? Who's your pick to win this Saturday's Rumble? We gave you 4 options. Bianca Belair, Ronda Rousey, Bayley. So we were taking some creative liberties here, as 2 of those 3 aren't even confirmed.
Right. Yeah.
And then we did give an other option, as we typically do on these polls. And we asked you to share who your pick is if you're choosing that other category. But that other category wasn't needed here, Brad. We had a total of 10 votes. And not 10 million. No, it says 10. Okay, just making sure. We're growing. Bianca and Ronda both received 40% of the vote, and Bayley received 20%. 0% for other. Brad, my partner, who are you picking to win this match?
It's tough for me. I really don't know. Bayley. I'm picking Bayley. I'm just picking Bayley. I don't have any explanation. I want Bayley to win it, so I'm picking Bayley. I want her to be back, and this is the fastest, easiest way to get her in a title picture. Oh,
amen.
Wait, unless Ronda appears, then I'm picking Ronda. Ronda will kill everybody, but they better give us Ronda and Shayna. They better give us that. If they don't give that to us, the WWE is dead to me forever. Okay, that's a lie.
Vince,
but they need
Bruce,
to give that
I hope
to
you're
me.
listening.
Yes, why haven't they done that already? We talk about Bobby and Brock, and I get it. That's a lot longer than Ronda was in the WWE, but come on now. That's right there. You don't even have to do anything to make that matter.
Right. Well, and I remember us as fans talking about a potential 4 horsewomen, horsewomen versus horsewomen match, right? Sasha, Becky, Charlotte, and Bayley versus the horsewomen of MMA, Shayna, Ronda, Marina Shafir, and then Jessamine Duke. But with Marina popping up on AEW every now and then. And I don't know where Jessamine Duke is, but if that match isn't going to happen, like you said, give me Shayna versus Ronda.
Yeah.
Of course I would want to see that.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
Yeah, agreed. Who do you got?
I agree with you. That's funny. We didn't talk about this one, but we see this very similarly. I completely believe it's going to be one of these two women who, again, are not confirmed yet, but my first choice, my real prediction is going to be Bayley. I really think, it's easy to say this as a fan, but I really think WWE owes Bayley this WrestleMania cycle. Bayley needs to be in a women's title program. She needs to win the belt at WrestleMania. If memory serves, she was the host at last year's event.
Ding dong hello.
Yeah, and she had that thing with the Bellas, and it was just, I mean, she did all of it well because she's amazing, but it just felt so beneath her. And you could tell the fans.
She was a host.
The fans knew it.
She came out and had a segment. Last year, it was Hogan.
Yeah, I was just about to say, right? So beneath her.
Oh, man, just
beneath her. Hulk Hogan has more merchandise than Ricochet on WWE Shop. What? Why? Ricochet and I have the same amount of T-shirts on the shop, Brad. That's ridiculous. Like, does anyone else just wake up and think about how absurd that is?
It's pretty stupid, yeah.
Anyway, I got Bayley winning, awesome. But I am worried though. If Ronda appears, I have a tough time not envisioning her winning.
Right? Yes.
I think it's going to be one of those two. I would love to say I would love to say I'm predicting Bianca wins 2 years in a row just to further establish her as
Final Four though.
Yes. I mean, last year was amazing, and her and Rhea facing off, that would be awesome again. But I want to see Bayley. She is my prediction. However, I want us to keep our eye on Ronda. If she appears, I think it's going to be 50-50 between her and Bayley taking home the victory.
Yeah, totally agreed.
We have our main event for Gimmick Infringement this week, and possibly the main event for the actual show, the 30-man Royal Rumble match. Brad, we have a lot of storylines. I'm going to kick it to you first. So you want to give us the list? Who are the confirmed entrants for this match?
You got it. So, starting at the top, Randy Orton, Riddle. Still weird to say that. Still weird not to say Matt Riddle. Kevin Owens, Happy Corbin, buh. Madcap
That's
Moss,
weird to say too.
Buh. Well, better than King Corbin. Well, actually, I take that back. I don't know that it's better. Total lateral move there. AJ Styles, Rey Mysterio, Dominik Mysterio. Can't wait for that to happen. Austin Theory, Johnny Knoxville. I'm going to say it again in case you didn't hear it correctly. Johnny Knoxville. Kofi Kingston, Big E, Damian Priest, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, Omos. I have thoughts. Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, Chad Gable, Otis, Dolph Ziggler, Robert Roode. We have all the tag teams in the tag team division competing as singles wrestlers in this match, it seems.
Yeah, you were running down this list, Brad, and the roster just feels so depleted.
Yeah.
Like how is this the confirmed entrant list? It feels like we're missing so many names, so many talents. The first name that jumps out to me is Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
I would think we got to get Finn here. How is he? I just don't get how he's an afterthought. Did we even mention Ricochet on this list?
No Ricochet. No.
I don't mean to be
Balor.
a homer, but you know,
No Shinsuke. I don't know if he's still injured or not, but there's no Shinsuke. Yeah, there's a lot of talent that's missing. Do you think maybe we get an Elias return? Where's he been? Is he even with the company anymore?
Good call. Good call.
Yeah, it's I don't know what's going on.
It's very odd. Speaking of Elias, I like that prediction a lot, but I think we should add him. Some other names, I'm wondering if we're going to actually see them, or in fact, I'll just say I'm downright predicting it. I believe this is where we get the return of Corey Graves to the ring. You talk about internet speculation. He has to appear here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to go... Yeah, I'm going to stay with commentators. I think we get a Pat McAfee sighting. It's so interesting how this dude tore it up in NXT. That match against Adam Cole was way better than it had any business being. And I don't think we've seen him in the ring since. So I really believe this would be a great place for him, and he would totally show out in this type of match. I believe we'll see the return of X-Pac here. And I'm also going to go out on a limb and predict that we see Braun Strowman returning to this match as well.
Titan.
What surprises are you anticipating?
Man, those are all great. So Corey Graves is a great call. Elias, I think, will come back. I did not think about Pat McAfee, but I've been waiting for him to do another moonsault onto somebody. So
Yes.
one of the best ones I've ever seen, by the way. Like he's so good. That's great. Since he just had a match, I can still see Jerry the King Lawler coming waddling down to the ring, and
yeah, we'll get some legends for sure.
Yeah,
at least one or two.
One of my favorites, and I know I have thoughts about this wrestler, but one of my favorite returns to the ring was JBL, who got up off a commentary, went into the ring, waving to everybody, taking in his moment, and just immediately got yeeted over the top rope because he wasn't paying attention to what was going on. I'm hoping for a spot like that by somebody. Maybe we get Booker T in there. Booker T looks like he's in phenomenal shape all the time and looks like he could still go. I would love to see Booker T square up with Big E in the ring. Oh my gosh. Give that to me right now. I think that would be amazing. I don't know who else we get. Hopefully we get a returning Bray Wyatt if he's coming back to the company. Hopefully this is where it is. And I don't know what iteration we get, but I would love Cult Leader Bray to come back. If we hear that, if the lights go out and we hear that bass line start playing,
oh man, number 30. Could you imagine?
It would be so good. It would be so good.
I may need to rethink my Final Four on air.
The Fireflies all out in the audience. Give me that.
Oh, man.
Give me that. So
Huge.
good. So good.
I like that.
I don't think we're getting him, but I'm really hoping that we do. I'm trying to think of what other legends might show up that aren't like. So like the male legends all seem like their bodies are all destroyed.
Yeah. Well, who did we get last year? Christian, Carlito. I don't know if you consider Carlito a legend.
I do. Look
you
at that dude. That dude was shredded last year. Good Lord.
Incredible.
Yeah. And everybody was excited because he was like, he's back. He's going to be on a long run. And he was there for that and a Raw. And that was basically it.
Right. We got MVP a few years ago.
Maybe RVD?
Yes. I would say book that.
Okay.
RVD
could be a good one.
RVD would be great.
Makes sense. Recent Hall of Famer. He can still go. I can see that. I'm trying to think of anybody else. Maybe we get a Bubba Ray return. Maybe we get I don't know if Devon can still wrestle. I don't know I know he was pretty beat up, but he's a producer there, so I can see it happening.
You speaking of producers, you know who I think would be a real possibility is Jason Jordan, formerly of American Alpha with Chad Gable. And then again, you talk about, I think you and I get so geeked about this because we think of the potential moments. If Chad Gable and Jason Jordan, American Alpha, is back in the ring, and then maybe Otis is there like, Chad, what happened to me, bro? I'm your current tag champ partner. I'm going to say Jason Jordan. You unintentionally, I think, led me to that prediction. I know he's been a producer backstage, but if that dude is healthy, I would love to have him make an appearance here.
What I would like, I don't know if he can still do it. I know he can still wrestle because I know he just did. Scotty 2 Hotty, recently released as he was an agent or a producer at NXT, trainer over at NXT. I would love to see him come back, just get in there and do the worm on somebody. Like, I think it would be a huge pop, and then I don't care, toss him out of the ring. But I would love to see that. That would just be so fun. One of those moments. Where are the moments going to come from? And I don't know who's left. I know people are predicting that we're going to get an AEW return, like Jericho will come to the ring, or Cody will come to the ring. I would have a huge. The roof would blow off my house if MJF came out. There's just like
No way, right?
There's no way.
No chance.
There's no chance. But also
0.01, if that high.
Man, I would love that. I think it would be great.
2024, bro. 2024.
I think it would be great, like if he got eliminated and he just started shouting 2024 and pointing at everybody. I think how great would that be? Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love to see MJF at the Rumble. Yeah, there's lots of possibilities here. I can't think of who's out right now. Well, I don't know how long Drew's going to be out. I think he had to have surgery, but I'm not sure. A returning Drew would make sense.
For sure. Veer.
Good Lord. I think Veer's still coming.
You talk about the roof blowing off. Intentionally or unintentionally, I think they've made this guy worth talking about.
Yeah.
Brad, he's definitely going to be in this Rumble, and the crowd is going to pop for him.
Well, yeah, because he's finally here.
It's kind of. I don't know if this lasts more than one night, but it's kind of brilliant what they've done.
Yeah, I don't think it lasts more than one night, but you're right. I think so too. When he finally shows up, people are going to be relieved it's over.
He's like number 15.
For the listeners that don't know what we're talking about, they've been playing these Veer is Coming vignettes on Raw for the last how many months? Just for forever.
10 weeks now.
It's been legitimately 10 weeks of Veer is Coming. So I don't believe them. That's what I've been retweeting every time I see it on my timeline. I retweet it with "I don't believe you," and it's just it's just so wild. So I think you're right. I think we get Veer. I think the crowd blows up for it. We could get other people too. What about Jinder?
Yeah, I would. I mean, if Veer's going to be in there, I would say yes for Jinder. There's obviously a name or two who we're just not thinking of whatsoever who's going to make an appearance.
Well, Xavier's not on here. We have
King Woods.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Crapshoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
no, we have a lot of names though. If we live in a world, Brad, where I'm going to backtrack. If we live in a world where Finn Balor and Ricochet are not in this match, I'm going to join you on the going to Vince's office in Connecticut and turning in my cancellation for Peacock forms.
I would love to see.
Those guys got to be in this match.
I would love to see Ricochet line up with X-Pac.
Yes, I was thinking about that earlier.
What a great moment! Would that be? What a great moment!
How great would that be? We spoke about this. I want to just really backtrack for a moment. We forgot to mention Big Swole for the women's match.
Yeah, right.
Will she? Won't she? That
would be great.
Be a good decision on WWE's part. It's not like her husband doesn't work there.
Right. Well,
Cedric Alexander for the men's Rumble.
He's employed. Does he work?
Shelton Benjamin.
Did they let Cedric work?
Yeah. Any chance of Mustafa Ali? No way.
0.00% chance of Mustafa Ali.
Higher chance of MJF.
Yes, there's a higher chance of Andre the Giant showing up than Mustafa Ali. May he rest in peace.
Last thing I want to say before we share our final four and the Twitter poll results. What about NXT? We know that Tommaso Ciampa, Ciampa and Pete Dunne worked main event.
I think Tommaso.
Could this be the spot where they show up?
Tommaso would be the more likely one because he's been in NXT forever. I would love to see Pete Dunne get called up, but I have a feeling he'll leave.
Love Pete.
Yeah, he's so good. Pete Dunne doesn't.
Walter?
No.
I refuse to call him by his new name.
I was like Gunther, Tyler. Gunther Nazi Boy Stark. Yeah. No way. They're still trying to build that Imperium thing. Pete Dunne makes sense, but I don't think he'll show up. I don't think he fits WWE, to be honest with you. He's one of my favorites. He's one of mine too, but he's black and gold. He fits black and gold. He does not fit 2.0 and he does not fit whatever they're doing up on the main roster. He just doesn't. He's not colorful and flashy. He's just an ass kicker.
This isn't my original thought, but if this dude, Pete Dunne, was 6'4", 260 pounds, this guy would be main eventing multiple WrestleManias.
Right.
He's so talented.
Yeah, he's incredible. I want to see him go somewhere where they'll use him. Right now they're just not.
Can I give you a name that we need in this match?
Does it rhyme with Schmonchmaker?
No, it does not. But that's a yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay on NXT. Our North American champion, Carmelo Hayes.
Oh,
if he were to have an
would be
impressive
great.
showing here
Yes.
against Ricochet, against X-Pac. Oh boy.
Yeah, Carmelo.
Give me
that would be
Carmelo
really
in
fun.
this. Trick Williams could do something and pop you. Some kind of funny
yes.
spot.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, we need Carmelo. Pencil him in, please.
Maybe Roderick. Maybe
Yeah.
Roderick would be good in there. Yeah, I'm trying
What
to.
if we got Ivy Nile in the women's match? I know we're kind of
Ooh.
double dipping, but Ivy rules.
Yeah, that would be really good
Diamond
too.
Mine City.
We got to get
Future
Malcolm.
NXT Women's
If
Champion.
anybody shows up there, though, we got to get Malcolm, right? We have to. It's got to be. There's got to be a Bivens moment.
Yes.
Oh, it'd be so good.
Absolutely. I would love to see him as Omos or Omos's future manager.
Actually, that would be.
Which, by the way,
great,
you said you have thoughts on how he should be used, perhaps, in this match, as he's sort of the one giant we know is for sure going to be in here.
I don't want to see him in it at all, to be honest with you. Like, he's not a good. He's not any kind of good. He's got like the two expressions, and he just goes, "Bruh, this is my house," and that's all he does. It's useless. I don't want to see that. Like, he's going to throw people.
He had such
out.
a great outing at WrestleMania. Remember how excited everyone was?
Man,
Granted, again, great dance partners. He tagged with AJ. They won the Raw straps against the New Day. But, man, there was mass euphoria for his showing that night.
There was so much spit, too. He had just had so much spit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like looking at
You're not wrong.
a rabid dog out there. It's like he's got a condition or something. Like, a little bit made him look like a monster, but he was just like, it looked like Freya choking on a fruit snack.
Shout out to Freya. We love her. I hope she's feeling better, too,
Yeah,
by the way.
she's doing great.
Who eliminates Omos? Because that could be a huge moment for somebody, you know?
Escobar. Maybe
You
we
think
get
so?
no. I'm just like I was trying to think of another person that we might be missing here.
Who would be really made from this?
Dominik Mysterio.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
You don't think Dominik eliminates Ray?
I think Dominik eliminates Ray, but I also think that we're going to
Right.
get. Here are the possible people to eliminate Omos: Dominik Mysterio, Madcap Moss, somebody that we didn't think of either, Rick Boogs.
Jeez.
But the one that I think will end up eliminating Omos, Johnny Knoxville.
Man,
You could see it. The reason I know
haven't
you
even
reacted
spoke-
that way is because I know you think that it's a possibility.
Other than you mentioning his name at the top of this match preview, I have not spent one solitary second thinking about Knoxville in this match. It's so, I know crossover appeal is a thing, and you have to do the crossover. AEW does it too.
Sure.
But
with an old man.
Johnny
Yeah.
Knoxville is in this match.
Yeah.
Come on. Swap out. Let's make a trade with NXT 2.0 since we no longer watch that product. Let's trade Johnny Knox for one night. Johnny Knoxville and his whole Jackass crew and Jackass money for Tony D'Angelo.
Oh, Tony D.
Give me.
Yes. Oh, why?
You know this is not impossible.
Tony D'Angelo.
Give me there is going to be an NXT appearance. There has to be. Give me a Tony D in this match.
I'm here for the Royal
Come on
Rumble.
now.
Bring me the belts. Like I just like
I would love it.
get him out of here.
You
Like,
know he would get a pop.
Oh my god. Yes. Everybody
Yeah.
in the like this would be the thing in the crowd, right? Like this would be
Yes.
the chant. Just
I think, man, maybe instead of Mello we get Tony. I don't know. Give me both, ideally. But
man, yeah, great call. I don't know what we have a list of for a 30-man match. We currently have 67 people listed as potential entrants. So I feel really good about our efficiency here. Yeah, I just embrace the mess. I don't know who I'm picking to win this, man. I really don't know.
I was going to ask for your final four.
I don't know what my final four are because I don't know who else is going to be in it. We're missing a lot of people. I think it's going to be one person that returns, and after that, it's kind of a mystery. feels a lot like Austin Theory's getting a big push. So
Agreed.
I have a feeling it'll be Austin Theory in the Final Four. It'll be Kevin Owens. Man, somebody that's returning, some monster that's returning, probably Braun, or maybe Wyndham Rotunda, otherwise known as Bray Wyatt. I can't even talk. Man, maybe Bubba Ray, and we'll get stuttering Bubba Ray as a transition.
Spike Dudley makes an appearance.
Spike Dudley makes an appearance. They have been 3D'ing an awful lot on WWE television, so
Yeah.
maybe we do get the. What is happening to me right now? It's like I've been tased.
I mean, we are an hour in, bro. Like this, this is usually the time where I start to fumble some words.
Good Lord. Anyway, Damian Priest. I'll just throw that in there for fun.
Okay. My final four, and this is where I again try to give our listeners and you, Brad, a concise answer, but I have some booking elements I need to add. My final four is going to be first Roman Reigns. So I'm predicting that Roman loses to Seth, a controversial take.
Opening
but
match.
But I believe Roman enters this match if he were to lose earlier in the night, and thus he would be in the final four. So Roman, Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, and you mentioned Austin Theory, right? They're usually it's nice when there's someone in the final four who gets made just from being in the final four.
Right.
Austin Theory seems very likely. I'm not going to pick him though. I'm going to choose Montez Ford.
Yes, let's go.
As the fourth. Yeah, I'm going to pick it, man. I'm excited about it. I don't know how realistic it is, but clearly they have to see the star power.
If he can get in a frog splash, I'll be very happy.
No one else should be doing frog splashes except
Agreed.
him.
Yep.
I do want to give two honorable mentions, as I did with the nod to Raquel earlier. I think there's a chance we see Riddle here. I stole this idea from you.
Yeah.
Riddle may get some serious shine.
What was I thinking? Riddle's my pick to win the Rumble. So
Riddle's your pick.
He's not even in my final four.
I didn't want to interrupt you, man.
Well, I did not know we were listeners. I did not know we were doing a final four until right before we started. I did not make one, and I was like, yeah, I could totally get it. I did not do a good job. So yeah, Riddle is in my final four. Get out of here, Damian Priest.
Yeah, you inspired this pick from me. I also want to give a nod, though, to Big E. I think there's something to be said for a potential Big E redemption story. I know we just saw him with the belt not too long ago, but if he were to not only make the Final Four, but potentially win this match and start his journey back to the title, I think that would be really awesome. Like you said, though, I feel like I'm missing a potential returner in this bunch. A Braun Strowman. It's funny, I predicted Braun, but then I don't have him in the Final Four. If Bray Wyatt appears, it's hard for me to envision him not being in this Final Four spot.
Right.
But I'm going to go with these four dudes: Owens, Roman, AJ, and Montez. Before we give our prediction for a winner, Brad, going back to the Twitter poll, we had an interesting set of results here. So the options we set up: who's your pick to win Saturday's Royal Rumble men's match? Options: AJ Styles, Big E, Cody, and then other. AJ Styles received 20% of the vote. Big E received 53%. Big E actually won this poll. Cody received 7%. And then there was 20% for other. Some of the other selections. Shout out to Ben Anderson at IRHS_Mr. A. Ben sent a GIF of a winking Brock Lesnar. So Ben is picking Brock. So perhaps Brock loses and then enters this match. So kind of my Roman pick, but reverse. Shout out to you, Ben. Yep. Thank you so much for your support. There is an at Winduster who posted a Matt Riddle GIF. So I believe Brad Winchester is choosing Matt Riddle. And then a familiar Tyler McDowell dude posted Braun Strowman as his winner.
Sounds like a loser that doesn't know anything about cars.
I will tell you, I've evolved since I posted my Braun Strowman GIF. I've selected a different winner. But I'm curious, Brad. That being said, our listeners who partook in this poll are picking Big E. They want that redemption story. You chose Riddle on Twitter. Are you sticking with the Matt Riddle victory?
Yeah. What the hell? It's probably going to get eliminated in the first 3 minutes. And it's probably going to be Randy Orton throwing him over to him going, and then thumbs upping. Like, mouth open wide, thumbs up. And like, we're probably going to get that with Happy Corbin as well. Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss.
You know that always happens.
They've done it already in a battle royale. I don't even remember what it was for, but he threw. Was it the Andre? The Dre?
The Dre. Shout out to the New Day Pod. Do you have? We may be breaking our own rules. Do you have a backup choice? I know both of us went with Bayley and Ronda. We kind of had 2 picks for the women. If your prediction comes true and Riddle gets eliminated in the first 5 minutes of the match by Randy, do you have a backup selection? Going Bray?
I'm going Big E.
Big E.
Big E hasn't won a Rumble. He makes sense to get that redemption story. I could see Big E and Kevin Owens kind of at the bottom fighting each other toward the end. I don't know that Randy... Has Randy ever won a Rumble?
He has.
Okay. So probably not him. No. I think there's one potential person in there, and man, I feel like maybe they do something with Otis, making it to
as
the
a winner.
Final, no, as a Final Four. Maybe. Okay. I don't know if he'd win. I would love to see Otis win. This Otis win, not rub his belly Otis win, not boiled
Baby
ham.
Vader Otis.
Yes. Yeah, but I want to see Otis coming out and doing Vader bombs on people. I mean, the dude is as athletic, if not more athletic, as Vader. Definitely stronger than Vader, which is something. He's an Olympian. He was an Olympian trainee anyway. That I did not know that he was with the rest of the Alpha Academy. Like, that's kind of a shoot, those two together, training for the Olympics, he and Chad Gable at the same time.
Love Chad Gable.
That's an incredible story. Why haven't they told it? Why isn't that a story they've told? Why is that a story I heard on Twitter? Anyway, I could see them making a run, but they have tag titles now. They're going to get eliminated, and it's probably going to be by Riddle or Orton or vice versa. So I can see all of that happening.
Nice. Man, I'm just so geeked for this show. So many possibilities.
That's why I love it.
They're probably going to They're probably going to let us down.
Yes.
But it's okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna stay optimistic.
Yeah.
So I alluded to my Braun choice when we posted this poll, but Brad, I've changed my prediction. I'm not even gonna give you 2 choices here. I'm just gonna give you one confident answer. I'm going Kevin Owens wins this year's Royal Rumble. I love this for a few reasons that I want to break down for you. Here's my vision heading into WrestleMania. I think we're getting Brock versus Roman, hopefully for the last time this year. But I think Seth is going to defend his newly won Universal title at WrestleMania against Kevin Owens. I think this will come super full circle. They've been a team. They've done really great work. I think this has really rejuvenated both of their characters. Mm-hmm. Definitely for Seth. This is what I would say the most fun Seth has been in a long time. And Kevin Owens is fantastic. He can be babyface or heel, but I think this is really the time where you push KO. We know he just re-signed with the company. I thought he was going to take the belt at day 1.
He needs the belt, man. Like, KO needs to have the belt back. I'm with you.
Just hear me out. A KO... I haven't booked this far in advance, but let's just say a KO victory at WrestleMania over Seth Rollins. And I know they fought, I think, the 2 years ago, WrestleMania, when KO jumped off the what was it, the sign? Yeah. This was the pandemic era.
It was supposed to be the pirate ship, but it ended up being the sign, yeah.
Right. But I think now the matchup would feel fresh enough where we would want it, and you can really play off that recent history, not just of the last few months, but even going back to the pirate ship. Maybe that's too recent, but man, I really dig the idea of KO getting his signature WrestleMania world title win. And maybe that was in the language for the contract, because I think you and I were really surprised that he didn't sign with AEW. Maybe part of it, aside from being able to take care of your family, is like, dude, we're actually going to use you, and you're going to have a WrestleMania moment this year. So I'm going KO. I'm working myself into a shoot. He may, like you said, he may be eliminated in the first 10 minutes as well.
He better not.
Or maybe he makes it. Or maybe he makes it to the end. I think this is his year.
I agree. I think he definitely gets the belt this year. He better. Like the way he's been working, like all the stuff he's been doing, he's such a good heel. He's very Bryan Danielson in that respect, where he could be a heel or a babyface. Just flip that switch and do whatever you want, and he's going to be excellent at it. So I'm really excited about that. But you got me thinking about KO now. Now I don't know that he will necessarily end up feuding with Seth then. Man, I don't know. It's a great pick. Do you think when he starts the feud with Seth, he gives him a list?
Yes.
Because it's feeling this program is feeling
Absolutely.
a little bit too close to the list stuff for me.
Yeah.
Because they're doing all this like, yeah, you're my best friend, but also if we'll fight each other. And it just feels a little bit too List of Jericho to me.
And even the aesthetic of the current Rollins character feels really familiar to the List of Jericho, the shiny jackets. I mean, it's not an exact replica, but that's a great point by you, Brad. Super astute. A little too similar to the list.
Yeah. Not bad.
Let me ask you, Brad, my final question for you for this men's match. It's funny how, I don't know about you, I think I envisioned this would go maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and we're almost at 90. So listeners, Gail, Brad's wonderful mother, my wonderful father, thanks for hanging with us. If we didn't mention you and you're still with us, we so greatly appreciate you. My final question, though, for you, Brad, for this particular match. Some odds makers here. Give me a % chance that Braun Breaker wins this match. 5%?
Yeah.
0?
Yeah. I'm gonna say 15. I'll bump it to 15% chance. He doesn't get.
You're
to
saying
20,
there is a
25.
chance.
Guaranteed. He comes in. The crowd goes nuts. People start barking. It'll be great. I think it'll be great. I really want to see him come out with his dad and his uncle. I think that would be amazing. But I don't know that Scott's coming out into a WWE entrance ramp anytime soon. Rick maybe, but Scott, I don't think so.
So I guess that ruins the shot of Scott as a potential entrant for this match. He could be a legend that
Big Papa Pump.
Well. Yeah.
He was looking a little.
He was on NWA, I think, last year at some point before his medical situation.
Well, I saw he was in the stands at the day that Braun won. Rick came down to the ring and Scott was up in the stands, and Scott was looking a little.
Oh, I missed that.
A little rough, I think.
Gotcha.
So yeah. So I don't know. At least I think, unless I'm misremembering, I don't know. But I swear I saw him up there, and it was like, yeah, his uncle's up in the crowd. But anyway, I would love to see Braun in there. I would love to see Braun end up in the Final Four. I don't think it'll happen if we get a Braun Strowman return. Too many Brauns in one place.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's a lot of Brauns.
Final thoughts, not only on this match but this card.
Nope. I have none. I have nothing to offer you, Tyler.
Great. This is an electric end to the episode. No, I think, Brad, I'm being silly. I think, we spent almost 90 minutes covering this, I think, in pretty solid depth.
Yeah.
We made predictions.
Beach break started, bro.
Beach break has started, so we need to end this ASAP. I just can't wait to see the show, man. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. And then certainly on our next episode of Gimmick Infringement, we will add a few words about the show.
Awesome.
Dope. Well, listeners, again, thank you all so much for hanging with us, for listening to another episode of Gimmick Infringement. As Brad said earlier, likes, shares, reviews, subscriptions, everything is appreciated, and we hope to see you on the next one. Gimmick Infringement is a part of 19 Media Group. You can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you find podcasts. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share.